So there's this course for sale right now, $997, and it promises you can run a whole cleaning empire from a laptop. Never touch a mop. Never even meet a cleaner. 60 grand a month, they say, remotely. Yeah, so I gave that exact model 12 months and $3,000 of my own money. No course, just the model, tested honestly. And fair warning, it gets messy. In March, a cleaner vanishes an hour before a move-out clean. In May, one bad quote eats a whole week's profit in a single house. And in July, the person I trusted most walks out the door and takes 3 of my clients with her. The gurus were right about exactly one number. The rest? Well, that's this episode. This is year 1. January 5th. Let's spend some money. Well, barely any, for once. An LLC. General liability insurance. $600 a year, because one scratched marble countertop without it, and the whole story's over. A janitorial bond, so people actually trust strangers in their homes. Booking software. And $800 of ads, because in this business, you're not buying machines, you're buying phone calls. And notice what I didn't buy. A mop. That's the whole remote pitch. Cleaners bring their own supplies. You find the client, a subcontractor cleans, you keep the difference. On paper, you're basically a matchmaker with a bank account. 10 days of ads later, 4 booked cleanings, and 2 subcontractors off a gig board. One of them, 5-star reviews, fast replies, honestly brilliant work. Let's just call her by the name I'd learned to fear. The ghost. Remember the ghost. July is her big scene. And say it with me, vending survivors. Every business in this series has one. Okay, so how does remote money actually work? 1 clean at a time. Standard 2,000 square foot house, I charge $180. Quick, how much of that do you think survives? Lock it in. The cleaner gets 90. That's 3.5 hours at market rate. And trust me, pay less than that, and good cleaners just stop showing up. Booking software, card fees, and the ads that bought this customer in the first place, call it 28. Insurance, the bond, the odd refund, another 8 averaged out. So what's left? $54, 30%. Not the 50 the course promised, but honestly, not bad for a business I run off my phone. Now, February reality check. 19 cleanings, most of them one-time deep cleans. Gross $3,400, net just over $900. And here's the number the gurus conveniently skip. A one-time clean is a transaction. A weekly recurring client, that's an asset. Same cost to find them, 20 times the revenue. So by month 2, the whole game is obvious. Convert everything to recurring or die paying for ads forever. And one client converts beautifully. A commercial one, actually. Longtime viewers, it's the motel. Yes, that motel. 3rd episode in a row. 12 rooms, twice a week, $800 a month on invoice. The front desk guy knows my voice now. You never learn. But this time, there's a contract, signed. Remember that too. March. Saturday morning, 8 a.m., move out clean. The client's deposit is riding on it. Landlord walked through at noon. And the ghost earns her name. No call, no text, nothing. You know who cleaned that house? Me. 4 hours. My remote business, and I'm on my knees in a stranger's bathtub. Oh, and I refunded half the fee anyway, for the panic. Lesson 1 of subcontracting. You don't have employees, which means you don't have control either. May, the hoarder house. So the photos the client sent showed a kitchen. What they did not show was the other kitchen. I quoted $240 for what turned out to be 9 hours of, honestly, biohazard archaeology. The cleaner, rightfully, got paid for all 9. Me? I lost $80 for the privilege of booking it. And that's why veterans video call every single walkthrough. Every one. June. The motel pays. 40 days late. Turns out commercial contracts come with commercial payment terms. So my $800 invoice just spends 6 weeks as an interest-free loan to a motel. ATM veterans, you already know this one. Cash flow isn't revenue. And then July. The big one. My best cleaner, reliable, brilliant, booked solid off my ads, calls me. She's going out on her own. And look, fair enough, that's the industry. Except within 2 weeks, 3 of my recurring clients quietly cancel. And one of them, bless her honesty, actually tells me why. Maria offered us the same clean, $20 cheaper. Of course she did. There's no machine bolted to the floor in this business. The asset walks out the door every single day, and it's got a phone full of your customers. By September, I fixed this, and the fix cost me the one thing that Core swore I'd never need: showing up. September. I break the only rule the gurus have. I stop being remote. I meet every cleaner. Coffee, not contracts. I bump their cut from 50% to 55%, guarantee minimum weekly hours, and pay a $50 bonus for every client they keep happy for 90 days. And yeah, my margin per clean drops 5 points, but my cancellations drop to 0. October is the first month where nobody ghosts, nobody quits, and nobody poaches. Because somewhere between that bathtub and the betrayal, it finally clicks. I was never in the cleaning business. I wasn't even in the remote business. I'm in the trust business. I run a two-sided marketplace where the product is reliability, in an industry famous for having none. The mop was never the point. The gurus sell you a laptop lifestyle, but the actual asset is a cleaner who answers the phone, and a client who never has to wonder. Oh, and books of recurring cleaning contracts actually sell, roughly half to 1 times annual revenue. More if you can prove your cleaners stick around. The ghost taught me what kills that number. Maria taught me what protects it. December 31st. Let's open the books. Gross for the year, $38,000. The cleaners took 21 of that. Ads, software, insurance, refunds, the hoarder house, and 1 very late motel invoice. 6 more. Mine, $11,000. For about 8 hours a week of quoting, scheduling, and drinking coffee with cleaners. That's $26 an hour. And hold on, 26 an hour beats the vending machines. It beats the ATMs on cash. On a $3,000 buy-in, that's the best return this series has ever produced. So, were the gurus right? One number, remember? The margin is real. 30%, not 50, but real. Everything else, the never show up part, the runs itself part, the laptop on the beach, that part costs you a ghost, a hoarder house, and 3 stolen clients to unlearn. So who should actually do this? Someone who likes people more than machines and answers their phone fast. And who shouldn't? Honestly, anyone shopping for a business specifically because they don't want to talk to humans. Because here's January of year 2. 2 more cleaners, the first office contract, and a decision about whether to hire Maria back as a partner. But that is a different year.